been our honor to keep working with rural sociologists, to witness your willingness to challenge the conventional wisdom, to confront the corporate order, to crash the bureaucratic barriers. You do represent the feisty spirit of George Bernard Shaw, about 100 years ago, said, you don't make progress by standing on guard, but by attacking and getting well hammered yourself. Now, the fact that I used to be 6'5" would give you some idea of something. The American people today need your democratic spirit and scrappiness more than ever before. I come to you not just from Austin, Texas, but from South Austin. And there's an attitudinal difference that we have over on the south side there. Our unofficial slogan is, we're all here because we're not all there. And I'm here today because America's corporate and political powers, excuse that redundancy, are nowhere near there on those core, unifying, essential values of fairness, justice, opportunity for all. The powers I'm talking about are the downsizers, privatizers, globalizers, the Goldman Sachers, GMOers, the Walmarters and Fox Channelers, the XL pipeliners and the big oil frackers, the big shots, bankers, bastards, and bullshitters who feel entitled to run roughshod over the middle class now as well as the poor, to run roughshod over our water and our air and our very climate, run roughshod over our local economies, public institutions, run roughshod over the American dream and the egalitarian ideals that we share as a nation, as a united people. They get to thinking they're the top dogs and we're just a bunch of fire hydrants out in the countryside. Yeah, I saw a bumper sticker not long ago that said, where are we going and what am I doing in this handbasket? People know what's going on. Well, what's going on here is not just the undermining of America's workaday majority, but the undoing of the idea of America itself, the notion that we're all in this together. In one of my books, I had a chapter called Daddy's Philosophy. You gotta beware of Texans telling daddy stories, but I had a pretty good one. He grew up on a tenant farm during the Depression, got off of that. His mother told him as soon as he got out of high school, said, boy, get off the farm. And so he became a small businessman in a little town of Denison, Texas, and was able to, with my mother, to carve out a little lower middle class life for my two brothers and myself, and to make a success of himself. But he never thought he did that by himself. He didn't think he was anything genius-like. He didn't celebrate himself the way Wall Street does. He knew that there were public schools that could educate his kids and public college that boy might let him go to. He knew that there were highways and roads that would allow his magazine and book distribution business to traverse across. He knew that there were public libraries and other institutions available as a society that made each individual bigger than they otherwise would be. And my father did not know that he had a political philosophy and would have been embarrassed to have been told that he did, but he did, and he expressed it to me several times in these words. He said, Jim, everybody does better when everybody does better. And that's what passage for political philosophy in Denison, Texas, but it's about as good a one as I've ever heard, because that's what's being lost. We've lost the notion that we're all in this together. The few have decided that they can take care of their good fortunes without worrying about the well-being of the many. Well, it seems to be that everybody does better is your philosophy as well. I see it in your program, the fabulous discussions and papers that you put together here, the breadth of topics, the depth of topics, tremendous. But I also see it in the very name of this association, the Rural Sociological Society. Logical Society, I think, are the two key phrases there. We've lost that, haven't we? The logical notion of a little d democratic society. John Rawls, most of you probably know who he is, modern day philosopher, died just